Hey guys, just wanted to go through real quick. I was going through my toolbox. I wanted to show you some of the homemade tools that I've come up through the years. Do you know what that is? That's Cannon plug plier. Obviously built off a no-name brand vice grip design, but when it came through, you can't really see it. They had these goofy plastic rubber, hard rubber things so it doesn't destroy the Cannon plug, and they sucked. So one of the sheet metal guys we worked with came up with these, and now everybody had them in the box. Just a chunk of phenolic, and he riveted her in. And if you follow my videos, you've seen this before. This is for making a ridge in sheet metal. It's good for, making panels and whatnot. And I used it on when I did the repair on my Dodge, my Dakota. So that one I actually milled out. Okay, and welded her in, and it is actually a vice grip. Wish I knew they'd, would get sold out to the Chinese. So then we're going to go off to turning tools. Obviously, 6 and 12 point, 7/16. One's a Craftsman. Wish I knew they got sold out. This one, it's made in USA, but I don't remember what it was. 1/4-inch drive. Okay, it can be as much as just grinding something down, right? Or turning something down. That's a nice tool. Lisel used to have a thing where you could show them your custom tools and they give you money if they picked it up and put it into production. These are 7/16, 3/8. This is for engine work. Some of them are real rough, just grind down the heads. This one I welded here. That was either a Williams. That was probably a good quality wrench. This is a Velcheck. Did the same thing. Just gave her a bend and cut down the head. Her brand. Look how thin that head is, right? And then a Craftsman, which I can't call Craftsman anymore because this is an American-made Craftsman, right? So we all got these tools, and they work. This one here was a cheapo, like Harbor Freight, when it was Harbor Freight, spark plug socket, ratchet. It's probably this long, cut her down, threw a handle on her, right? This, believe it or not, is a custom tool. SK, 1/4-inch ratchet. What I did was, they came out with a 3/8 drive, so I bought the cartridge for the 3/8 drive and threw it in a 1/4-inch ratchet. Okay, and believe it or not, that is a tough little tool. The other thing I came up with was, this was the pawl out of a torque wrench. And I cut out every other tooth painstakingly with a die grinder. I got a magnet and a piece of ship metal. So you stick her in there like that on a ratchet wrench or any wrench. Okay. Right? And then you can pop her out either way. Same deal here. For a Willet seal or a Kiss seal, took a piece of hardware and an Apex bit and made the job easier. You can cut down Allen wrenches. Well, you can cut down Apex bits. Okay? You can cut down screwdrivers. You can really cut down Apex bits and weld them onto something. I think this was for an AD on a Boeing. Can't remember exactly what this was for, but this is all shop scrap. This was a 5/16 Allen wrench. Tweaked it out, cut a groove. Guess what that's for? I want to say springs on a Bonanza. Can't remember why. Yes, I did work lawnmowers at one point in time. Just can't remember why. Oh, why I worked on them. This here was this isn't the hat bushing or the bushing, but this is a tool I actually made up on the lathe to help me drive. You had a big piece of, a big fender washer. Drive the bushings in square and pull them in and put them out. This was for rigging. This was for steering, nose gear steering. It went in between the chains, so I didn't have to feed them back around the sprocket. So I take the chains off and I put them like this, chain on each side, and tighten them down, and it would hold it on the sprocket, so I don't have to mess with it. In fact, I broke it one time and I re-welded it. Or I had my buddy re-weld it. I can't take credit for that, and that's really nice. Picks. Picks. How many bent pieces of metal or safety wire do you have in your toolbox? This here. As you can see, this got turned down to a point at one point in time. The idea behind this originally was I could deburr the hole, I could line the hole up, and then I could check my threads. Well, I found out that, that's tapered. I can just line the hole up with this. So I made it so any way it was in my hand, I could check my threads. Another trick I'm going to give you. Syringes. Go to a pharmacy. They can't really ask too many questions, and legally they got to sell them to you. And if you feel nervous about it, just tell them what you want it for. Tell them you need it for grease. They don't last long, as you can see the rubbers go, and I got to throw this one away, but you just get the biggest gauge needle you can, and you can sneak grease into spots that you really think grease should go, and it's not going. Because lubrication is king. Now, the simplest tool I got. These are kind of getting popular in our industry, these adjustable monkey wrenches. Well, they're great and all, but you want to turn one into a vice grip? Get yourself a ring from a baggage cart curtain. Now watch this. Now, it's a vice grip. See that? Yeah, do that. Riley hooked you up tonight. Taught you something, didn't he? Here's and I lost most of the pieces through the years, but this is an air vacuum I made up. A cheap Harbor Freight air sprayer. Put some heat to it, bent it around. What's that? B&1/2 sealant. Nice piece, right? Look. You catching it now? Just a bag from an old sander. There's a piece of wire in there. That's why it's not sitting right. And I didn't want to mess with it. And it doesn't fit in my box. I got to take it apart. But I even made ends for it out of, not spaghetti tubing. You know, for wiring. You get in your car or whatnot. Where I just tape up the quick edge stuff. And I just tape it up so it would make a vacuum. Or little chunks of PVC, I'd form them for nozzles and whatnot. And you now, go to the tool truck. Ask them about one of these. You probably paid 40, 50 bucks for it. I made it one company time for nothing. I think this Hitachi bag for a sander I found at a yard sale for, I think they gave it to me. I think I paid like $2 for that. Company hose clamps. Come on. So no matter what anybody says about your homemade tools, is if it's dumb and it works, then it ain't so dumb now, is it? And if they goof on your homemade tools, this is what you got to remember. All right? Because guess what? It's your life. And you're making the job easier. And that's all that matters. All right, y'all. We'll see you when we see you.